So let's talk a little about editing your video once it's on YouTube. So right now I have a video up that is of an assembly. I'm going to come down here. It's my account. It is my video. So down here you've got options, and first we're going to talk about the information and settings option. So if I click on this little editing button, I'm going to open up the video in an editing type screen. And there's a lot of different things we can do at this point. One thing we can do is we can change the thumbnail. That's the little image that comes up on YouTube. I could change it to any of these. That gives you 3 kind of random suggestions. Or I could click on custom thumbnail and I could upload any kind of image that I've created, and that will be the thumbnail that shows up on YouTube. You have your basic information about how long the video is, how many views, likes, dislikes. You have the address for the video as a web page, as a URL. Down here on basic information, you have the title. If you maybe misspelled something, this is where you could definitely go in and change it. So you could change the name of your video. Down here you have a description, so you could type in a couple sentences, maybe a paragraph describing what the video is. And then you also have an area for tags. This is a really cool area, I think, for schools, because if your school has created a hashtag, that hashtag is not just for Twitter, it's also for other things. So if I wanted to put our hashtag for our school, which is DMS leads, then I can put that as a tag. Anytime you search that particular tag, it's going to show up for videos about your school. That's a much different result than if you just type in middle school, or the name of our school is Discovery, those types of things. You also have an option over here for how you want to share your video. If you make it public, that means anybody can see it. Unlisted means it's a little bit more private. It's still available, but it's not just going to show up on your channel. It's also not going to be searchable by other people, but anybody that has that link is able to then get to the video. So it's not completely private, but a little bit more than public. And then you also have private. This would be the most secure way to share video. The only way that someone's going to be able to view that video is if you give them permission on their email and they're logged into their YouTube account. So I'm going to keep it public for right now. You also have the option at this point, if you wanted to click on one of these, you could automatically tweet this out, and it'll tweet out the video link for you. You could also add it to a playlist. So maybe you have a playlist already created for different content areas, or maybe subject areas. You could automatically add it to a playlist by using that button. Any changes that you make to this, you do have to hit Save Changes on the bottom so that it'll save changes to your video. So that's the basic information. You also have monetization. So if you wanted to add ads to this, you could click on that, and then it'll put ads on there for you. For most school settings, you would not do that. And then you have advanced settings. So on advanced settings, one of the things that I like for schools is that you can allow or disallow comments. When I put up our broadcast videos, for example, I usually check this so that you cannot allow comments, and then also not ratings. So you're still going to be able to see views in the end, but you're not going to be able to see people adding rude comments about your students and things like that. You're sharing the video, you're just not opening it up to public commentary. Some other options down here that are important if you're sharing this for schools: you could allow or disallow embedding. So that means people might not be able to put your video in a web page or things like that. I typically have it on because I like to be able to embed those things in blogs and web pages for the school, that type of stuff. You could also click on the Enable Age Restriction. Most schools, obviously, you would not do that. You could add your video location if you wanted to. You could change the category, video language. If you wanted to change that, you could. Recording date, you could put that in if you want to. And then you just have some options for 3D video and content declaration. So those are the options that you have when you click on the information and settings when you're editing your video. Thanks.